Hey everyone, thank you for tuning into this week's video on the Spark Your Speaking channel. My name is Kathy Lee and I am your public speaking coach. For today's video, we are going to do the Ask Me Anything About Public Speaking series again. These are questions that have been submitted by you, so thank you for engaging with me because I've received a number of questions and this is the second part to the video I did last week so that I can answer more of what you all want to know. All right, let's get started. Thank you for your question. This is a good one because whether you are on Zoom or in person, there's a lot of anxiety to raise your hand and ask a question or share your thoughts. Lots of people go through this, but to answer your question about Zoom, you have the benefit of being able to have notes in front of you. So I would take advantage of that. If you have a question to ask and you're sure you're going to stumble, I suggest that you write the question down on a piece of paper. Don't be afraid to just read off your paper as well, because there's no shame in that, especially if this is the first time you've ever spoken up during a meeting. I think the goal here is just to speak up. So if you need to read the question, then read it. The important thing here is that you experience what it's like to say something out loud during a meeting. The first time is always the most difficult, but once you get over this hump, it gets easier and easier. Now, if you are wanting to give some insight or your opinion, I would do the same. I would write down your thoughts, but don't write it down verbatim, like, word for word. Jot down the main points of what you want to say and make sure it's clear and simple and legible. Then when you are called upon to share your thoughts, you can elaborate on your easy to read notes. But by having notes in front of you, it will help your anxiety. It's almost like a little safety net, right? The key though is to keep engaging during these meetings. The way you can get over your anxiety or manage it better is to put yourself out there and continue to put yourself out there. After a while, you're not going to have to rely on your notes like you do at the very beginning. Once you get into the groove and you get used to speaking out loud and sharing your thoughts, I would then take the training wheels off and maybe try a couple of these contributions without having any kind of notes. And then you go on from there and you build from there. But the important thing is to keep doing it and do it in baby steps. I get this question a lot. It's difficult to give you specific tips because I don't know your presentation or your specific circumstance, but here are some general tips I can give you. First off, if you have a PowerPoint that goes with your presentation, which many people do, make sure that your PowerPoint slides are simple and to the point. Do not have dense text on the screen or your audience is going to get lost in all those words. I have an entire video dedicated to improving PowerPoint presentations that you should definitely watch. Yes, less is more in this case. Have point form notes on your PowerPoint. Only 2 to 3 thoughts per slide. That's my golden rule. You can add photos or graphs to help paint the picture of what you're saying because human beings are very visual. If you can say and show what it is that you're trying to convey at the same time, it will help them understand. Once you have all of that figured out, then I would rehearse the presentation. I've been public speaking for more than a decade and I still rehearse every single one of my speeches and presentations. I mean, I don't have to do it nearly as much as I used to, but I still 100% I do practice. I would go over your presentation in front of someone you know so that you have an audience at least 3 times before you do it for real. If you don't have someone you can present in front of, I do it in front of a mirror or record on your phone. If you have time, I'd record the entire thing on your phone and watch it back. It's one of the most awkward things you can do, but it's one of the most effective things you can do to help you improve because you can see where you make mistakes and what you need to do to get better. Now, if you just do these few suggestions that I've made today, I believe this will help you on the day that you have to present. And I think that you'll find with that preparation, it will help calm your nerves. And eventually you might start to enjoy presentations. Often when we public speak, many of us get nervous, and that's okay. Nerves are good. We just need to get used to them. But sometimes when we get nervous, we end up talking faster than we usually do. So if you find you're tripping over your own words, it's probably because you are talking too fast for your comfort level in that moment. What you can do to manage that is first take a deep breath. Okay, deep breathing is so important because it's going to help calm you down. Once you feel calmer, I want you to slow down how fast you talk. Like, make it an intention to slow down. You may feel really silly doing this, but by speaking slower, it won't come across that way. Now, I don't mean like plummet down to a snail's pace. I just mean bring it down a couple of notches. I've tried this method over and over again, and every single time I tell myself to just speak a little bit slower, it actually comes out a normal speed, and it helps me collect my thoughts. It helps my brain and my mouth sync together, and then I can better deliver the words that I'm trying to deliver. That's all for today, everyone. Before I let you go, make sure to check out my online public speaking master program called Ace Your Public Speaking at sparkyourspeaking.com. It's a 2.5-hour robust and comprehensive one-stop shop, learn when you want to online program that I have put so much work into building, and it will teach you all the important skills that you need to know to excel as a public speaker. Make sure to head over to sparkyourspeaking.com to access it. Remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel and like this video and share it. If you have any questions or topic ideas, feel free to leave a comment below. See you next week.